I feel like Truck Day has, over the last couple of years, I think people have been disenfranchised by Truck Day. It's fine, you know. It's it's a bit of like it's a little anticlimactic, but it's it's a milestone in the off season. I think it's fine. I think it's harmless fun.
What's in the truck?
Just baseballs and things, right?
Why does it? I mean, like
balls, bats, things of that nature.
Why can't they put it on a plane?
Great question.
I mean, it's 2023.
Maybe it's got to be more cost effective, I guess, to just drive it down.
No, but I there's no way that's true.
Well, I'll tell you who's in the truck, Jake. Frankie Carbone.
Yeah.
That's who it is.
Yeah, he is in the truck. I've always been I mean, I guess if there's something really like L screens or something, I guess that's maybe too big to. But then why isn't that just there in Fort Myers,
It's only one truck, right? Are there multiple?
I think it's multiple.
Oh, it is?
It's got to be multiple, right?
Why would they just have one truck? One single.
It's not called Trucks Day.
Good point.
It's truck.
And it's not Truck Days where the truck makes multiple trips, up and down the East Coast. One truck, one day, one trip. That's kind of psychotic now that I think about it. I think it's fun, but practical? Who's to say?
Do other teams have Truck Day? I've never.
I'm sure other teams send trucks to spring training.
Yeah.
But...
yeah.
They don't make it. They don't make it a thing.
Like, how did this become a thing?
It's a great question.
Liam, do you want to get on that? Do you want to try to find?
Look up the history of Truck Day.
I don't know. I'm not a Truck Day guy. I'm sorry to say.
It has lost its luster, I guess, if that's the right word.
I don't think it had much of any luster, but I always thought it was fine. It's like, it's Truck Day.
I liked it as a kid because it was like, all right, like spring training's coming. But now I'm like, we're still 2-3 months away from real baseball.
Well, that's my general thought when spring training games start already. It's like, all right, first day of spring training, like I tune in, I watch about an inning and a half, and I'm like, all right, when's opening day? Because this stinks.
I fucking hate spring training, dude. I hate it so much.
It's just such a tease. That's the thing. You know what?
Why does baseball need so much longer than every other sport?
I don't know. Football just takes a while. There's just less games to it.
Football's the same thing. Yeah. Okay.
Basketball and hockey, I don't know how long the preseason is off the top of my head.
It's like 2-3 weeks.
I feel like that's not enough time to just, not that you're not staying in shape at all during the off season if you're a hockey or a basketball player, but to rev it right up within 2 or 3 weeks, it feels like not a lot of time.
I just remembered something I don't want to forget, and I wanted to tell you guys because I thought it was funny. So when I'm doing homework, I usually sometimes throw on like an old. YouTube has full games from like the aughts.
Mm-hmm.
I threw on the '07 ALCS Game 7 just to have on today.
Yeah,
and it starts out. I was laughing because Kevin Millar throws out the first pitch of that game. He was still an active MLB player for another
Baltimore
2 years.
At that point, right?
Yeah, he threw out the first pitch for the for Game 7 of the 07 ALCS, and he was, go Red Sox. He was literally on another team at that point. It was very funny.
Still played a few more years
to his credit, I think he may have been technically a free agent at that point. Let me just see. But I was
the
laughing.
Season's still ongoing. I think he would still.
No. He was contracted to the Orioles, so.
Because I remember he was in Toronto for a year, like right at the
09.
end.
He was on the Orioles 06, 07, 08. So that's very funny that he came there and did that. But
he butchered the ball there in the Mother's Day Miracle, right? At first, or was it a bad throw over to
People forget
Millar?
He hit the ball when Manny high-fived the guy.
I actually did forget that.
Yeah, he was the batter.
The greatest defensive play in Red Sox history, as far as I'm concerned.
That's true. That's why they took the wall from us, so we couldn't remember it anymore.
Liam, can a person? Nobody can rob a home run on that wall, right? It's too high now.
Way too high.
Yeah, I think it's like 15 or 16 feet tall now.
Okay. Here's a take. I'll just go real quick. I think every wall should either be really tall or
robbable.
Or robbable. Yeah.
No half measures.
Yeah. No, and I'm not being funny. Like, I think the Monster or like in Minnesota they have those are good, but I fucking hate something like LA where I hate when there's a line to denote a home run. I think that should be outlawed, personally.
I know what you're like in right field in Anaheim.
Yeah, it's so fucking stupid when a ball like lands in the field of play, but it's a home run because it hit an arbitrary line over the wall. I hate it. It's one of my least favorite. First of all, it's extremely anticlimactic. Like
it's never a clean process either.
Yeah, everybody's looking around. They don't know. It's like the worst.
Guy standing on second base, like I don't know.
I hate it so much. I think a ball leaves the stadium, that's a home run, and if it comes back, it's not.
What about the center field wall in Fenway? Does that qualify as really tall?
Because it's.
No, I'm talking about the height there. Yeah, that's different. Like with the verticality of it, I think that's a little bit different. You have to differentiate. That's really tall. That's taller than about.
Tall.
That's taller than about. I would venture to say like 80% of all other walls.
Yeah, no, that's a good height.
You know, I mean, there's a handful of other walls that are about as tall, if not taller. But I mean, there's no way you could scale that. So I think that qualifies.
But this is a take I've had for a long time. I think and I just have forgotten to. I hate when there's a wall or a line on walls to denote home runs. It's the worst.
I feel like we could definitely do a full episode on like ground rules.
Yeah.
What better time than right now?
Bizarre ground rules.
I'm trying to think of another bad one. Like LA has always bothered me.
It doesn't get brought up as much.
Camden's is not bad. Right field. That one's fine.
Left field's a monstrosity there now.
Well, now,
left field's a disaster.
I will say the only good thing that has come out of that move at left field at Camden Yards are the memes that like the deep fried memes of the construction that Orioles fans post.
Should have hit that one in 2021.
Yeah. Would have been a home run last year, bozo.
Those ones are good. Back to Truck Day real quick. So I've got good news and bad news.
Okay, let's hear it.
So I can't find anywhere that like details the history of it. Why it ever started.
We'll never know.
It's a psyop. Truck Day is a psyop.
But there is a piece from 2021 on Over the Monster. Shout out OTM. That details the contents of the truck. That went down for the 2021 spring training. So here,
terrific.
5,000 baseballs, 1,000 bats, 1 Vinny Carbone, 500 L.
It's Frankie Carbone, you fucking idiot.
God damn it. Fuck.
So we've got 20,000 baseballs.
It's quite a few.
1,100 bats.
Okay.
200 batting gloves, which I'm not sure means like individual gloves
or pairs.
So it could be 400 batting gloves.
Yeah, it could.
200 batting helmets, 320 batting practice tops, 160 white game jerseys, 300 pairs of pants, 400 t-shirts, 400 pairs of socks, 20 cases of bubble gum, 60 cases of sunflower seeds, and the trip itself is just under 1,500 miles from Fenway to.
Some of those seem pretty arbitrary. Just round that up to like 200, jerseys or something.
Why the 160 white game jerseys?
Do you guys think we'll ever see a third treat in MLB dugouts?
Oh, you're talking like, well, there is one. It's called tobacco. It's called.
That's been outlawed.
I'm sure people get away with that.
Yeah, I mean, look at look at Devers. He has a fucking.
I mean, Jose Ramirez basically has another fucking head growing out of his cheek whenever he goes up there. It's all dip.
There's the bubble gum and there's the sunflower seeds. But what if someone's like hungry? Can they eat?
I mean, they have a full clubhouse downstairs. I'm sure they just.
I guess if they get hungry, they just go into the clubhouse.
Could you imagine this clutch game like
fried chicken and beer?
Well, games go long sometimes. Yeah, right. That's true.
Could you imagine it's this really clutch game? It's just like this. Imagine it was Game 3 of 2018 World Series. It goes into the 18th inning, but you're sitting there in the 15th. Evaldi's still pitching his heart out. Red Sox are up to bat, and Buck's giving this monologue about how great Evaldi's doing. He's just sitting there eating a panini, just like mowing down on a meatball sub. It's just like
I bet you Drew Pomeranz.
Same intensity inside.
He traveled with the team in the playoffs in 2018, right? Drew Pomeranz.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I
imagine.
No, he was on the. He was on the.
Oh, he was on the. Okay, I just never used him, so I'm sure
Yes.
he was hanging out in the clubhouse during the playoff run.
Well, that's another. Does the Pen have these same treats?
I don't think they have the same. I think they'll have to go around to the clubhouse if they want a fine
innings.
steak or something. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they'll run around on the side.
That sucks.
They have a bathroom out there.
I hate to be a reliever. I
do.
think about it all the time.
Do you guys remember the bullpen band? We
Yes,
need to
I
bring
do.
it back.
in 2007. Yes,
I think
Yeah.
I'd get.
those were the
They
days.
showed them in the game I was watching. They were playing whatever. They were just
Whatever
banging
they
on the
do.
ceiling. I think I'd get so bored. Like, and it's not that many guys out there. Where if you're in the dugout, I'm certain I could find someone I like.
Yeah,
But
just like buddy up
six,
next to
seven
him.
guys. I mean, that's slim pickings. If they, I don't know, could be tough.
Especially when guys start coming in, just the number dwindles.
Yeah, and then
out
they
there.
leave. Like ninth inning, you might have 3 guys. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was really like they have to go to position player and like, well, like they can't use me. They're saving me for tomorrow. So yeah, I am all by myself now.
Yeah, I don't know.
Just sitting out here. A note on fried chicken and beer while it's
I love
fresh on
fried
your
chicken
mind.
and I love beer. So.
Looking back on it, we were way too harsh. That was a total
I think it was just a
like,
situation
dude-
of the circumstance. You know what I mean? That's just
dudes rocking. Hey, it happens.
Well, was the beer? Were players drinking beer during the game?
yes.
well, it was like the pitchers.
Yeah, it was the pitchers.
So it was like
You
if
know,
it wasn't
Oh yeah,
their
I
day,
agree. Then
they'd
that is
hang
too
out.
harsh. That is too harsh.
The boys were just broing out in the clubhouse. They were playing
Yeah.
video games.
I think if it happened today, it would be much more of a dudes rock response.
100%.
Even like after a tough
Well,
2022
to
season.
be fair, nobody would have cared if they made the playoffs.
Right. It never would have been an issue.
Yeah, it would have been like,
again, it's
oh,
just
that's kind of funny.
circumstances.
That's kind of funny. Yeah.
God bless them.
God bless.
God bless him. Did that? The ringleader was who? It was Beckett.
It was
right?
like Beckett and Lackey.
And then like Lester kind of got like
And Buckles was
looped in
sort
there.
of in there.
Buckholz, yeah.
Yeah.
It was as far as I know, it was
they had
mainly
that
Beckett.
was such a white trash rotation.
It's like all guys from Texas.
Yeah, it was all like Southern, right?
Good old
and then
boys.
and then Dice K.
Well, they were all in like a country music video that fall too about drinking beer. Do you guys remember that?
I forget who sang it, but yes, I do remember that there was a music
I don't
video.
remember. I don't think it was anybody like famous, but
Well, if you got John Lackey in your music video doing
Fitz,
a
I've been
cameo-
told I can't say white trash, so maybe edit that out.
Okay, I will cut that.
My lawyers.
oh, okay. So October 15th.
That's how I know Jake's back. I
2011.
gotta make cuts.
He didn't need a notepad last week.
Took me 12 minutes. We're back.
But so the song itself is called "Hell Yeah, I Like Beer."
That's fair. There's no way that's the fucking name of this. There's no way.
I swear to
Hell
God.
yeah, I like beer.
I've got a Bleacher Report.
Who
piece
sings
from
the actual song?
Some guy named Kevin Fowler. I have no idea who that is.
No, that's not a. There's no.
Um,
You can't be a star with that name. That's why he
The
didn't
whole,
go
the
big.
whole rotation is in the music video. Tim Wakefield even shows up.
Yes. Oh, and him. That's another. Where's he from?
Let's see.
I think he has some unfavorable.
He's from
opinions
Florida.
as well.
He's a
Oh,
Florida
yeah,
man.
That makes sense.
That makes sense.
He has some off-color opinions on several things.
On white trash people.
Well, you ever look at his Tim Wakefield follows some characters on Twitter.
Oh no. What kind of characters?
I'll tell you. You guys keep talking. Kevin Sorbo,
Who's Kevin Sorbo?
that actor who's like far right now.
What's he in?
Well, he nothing now, but
Doing the Gina Carano line of work now.
okay, here we go. All right, here we
Speaking of her, did you see like there was a headline that said like now righties are trashing on Gina Carano for a new movie being too woke.
go. Oh, really?
Really,
didn't
apparently.
see that.
I saw a quick tweet on it. I mean, it could have been
Go
bullshit. for
woke,
all I
go
know,
broke, Fitz. That's what they say.
but- No.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
So that's one for Wake. Oh, this is heartbreaking to hear.
Yeah.
Oh no, Wake.
I met Wake at a Pats game once. Nice guy.
He had some takes about the Italians, but you know.
I'm struggling to find him right now. I mean, Kevin Sorbo is on here, but you guys don't know who that is. Keep talking.
I know the name. I recognize the name. I'm sure if I saw the
I feel like it rings
the
a bell,
Twitter
but I just don't know.
icon.
I need like a
He
Charlie
follow-
Kirk in there.
He follows Carrot Top.
Oh,
So-
okay.
That's something.
Carrot Top had a run in like the
He
2000s.
did. No, he did.
Well, he had a run, but then he also had a run where just like nobody liked him at all. Like, and
He's really jacked
right.
now. It's kind
I
of.
just remember he would show up in like Family Guy a bunch.
Oh, I got it, guys. Tommy Lahren.
there we go. There it is.
Well, she's
Yeah.
isn't she
She's married to Sean Gilmartin, I think, right?
No, it's
I thought
JP
it was JP
Aaron.
Aaron.
Oh,
Yeah,
excuse
there
me.
it
Beg pardon.
Yeah.
Apologies to Gilmartin.
Oh, I got another one. Charlie Kirk.
That's what did I tell you? I said
Oh.
Charlie Kirk. There you go.
Yeah.
Did you see the picture of him with the teeth? It was him and
Yeah.
Kellyanne Conway.
Yeah, and her eyes were blown out.
terrifying.
Oh my God, he follows Diamond and Silk. Just Silk now, though.
Well, R.I.P. Diamond.
Oh.
Yeah, rest easy, Diamond.
Oh, Sean Gilmartin is married to Kaylee McEnany. That's I got my
Ah,
wires
there it is.
crossed.
Something about being a mediocre bench player. You get
and
these-
for the New York Mets.
And a blonde conservative commentator.
yeah,
Two
that's
peas
a
and
match
carrots.
made in heaven.
The woke mob's about to cancel me for my takes there. Yeah.
The woke police.
They're coming.
So yeah, this is Pot on Lansdowne. I'm Colton Brewer, aka Fitz. I'm glad to be joined again by Matty Backpacks, aka Jake, back from his spiritual journey to somewhere in Europe. Really changed him.
Joshua Tree.
He studied abroad. Really changed him. So anytime that we mention anything that has to do at all with Spain, he's going to go, well, in España, they called it this. And then also in memory of Matty Backpacks, a.k.a. Liam. He was here last week. I'm not going to give him a special introduction.
Back again.
You don't hear about Tommy Lahren anymore these days.
She kind of fell off.
She did. I mean, she was everywhere.
Yeah, she kind of set the path for, or at least if she didn't set the path, I feel like she definitely popularized the grift.
You know what killed her? You know what killed her? In March 2017, she went on The View and said she believed women should have legal access to abortion.
Oh, well, that'll do it.
Yeah, they dumped her ass.
Yeah.
That's one way to
Don't
alienate
say
your
that.
base.
Yeah. No big government until it's actually the big government that I want. Yeah.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, they'll turn on you again. Gina Carano and Tommy Lahren. They're gonna do that to you.
Speaking of Gina, did you guys see the new trailer for Mandalorian?
I have not yet.
Where there's one guy that shows up in the trailer that I guess was supposed to be like in her show.
Oh,
so
really?
I think they're like retconning it.
Well, they did.
Like,
They did just get rid of the show's dead. I know that.
oh yeah, the show's not happening anymore. But like one of the actors that they introduced in I don't know, it was season 1 or season 2.
Oh yeah, he was the pilot.
Yeah, like the New Republic guy.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna like retcon and make him more of a major character now because
Like
Gina's
to
not
fill
there.
in for her. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
I wonder. Do you think she'll die on the way to her home planet?
Where
Her
to
home
go
planet's
now?
Alderaan, isn't it? She can't go back.
My planet needs me.
Yeah.
I love it. It's because he was like, "Did you lose anybody?" Yeah, the whole planet blew up.
Yeah.
Billions, trillions of
I
people.
forgot about that line.
Yeah, anyone that I was ever
Do
friends with.
you watch The Mandalorian?
Oh yeah, I've seen them. Yeah, I
Have
forgot
you seen
about
both
that
seasons?
one. Yes, yeah.
Okay, can I go on a mini rant?
Go ahead.
Sure.
I tweeted this, but I have such a problem with how they handled the end of 2 into 3, into the coming season 3. It is so dumb that it's this big emotional moment where he lets Grogu go with Luke. And I counted, they'll be together at the beginning of season 3 because they reunited them in a different show.
Yeah. A whole other fucking miniseries, yes.
An awful show, might I add. One of the
it
worst shows
sucks.
I've ever seen in my life. They will be not apart for a minute and like 20 seconds of The Mandalorian. It's so dumb.
Baby Yoda sells. What are you gonna do?
He does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Book of Boba Fett was some ass though.
Oh,
I'll watch season 3 of The
Yeah,
Mandalorian,
Obi-Wan.
and I like The Mandalorian. I was gonna say Obi-Wan. I didn't even finish Obi-Wan, dude.
Obi-Wan was actually the worst show I've ever watched, I think. Like through.
I think they really mailed it in. They were
Yeah.
just cashing checks.
It leads to my point. Like season 3 of The Mandalorian, you're on your last strike right now.
Yeah, I've got
Star Wars.
I have low expectations.
You know what I mean? Until like
See,
movies come out,
Andor-
so shows what I.
Andor brought me back in. It was that good.
Hooked
So
ya?
I've heard it's that good.
Yeah, I'm an Andor guy.
Okay,
Big
which
Andor
I
guy.
haven't seen it yet. And no, everyone's like, you gotta see this, guys. There's way too many fucking things to
Got
watch.
to.
There's
to get
way
it.
too many things to watch. Way too many things. So that's why I get told to watch like 5,000 different things. So like, you know what? No, I'm not watching. I'm gonna watch another episode of Seinfeld that I've watched 10 times before. Thank you very much. That's what I'm gonna do. So the Boston Red Sox are a baseball team, aren't they, folks?
Yeah, busy
You've heard-
week, actually.
You heard about this, folks? Yeah, you heard about this. You got it. The people who haven't been riding with us for too long, people who jumped in with the over the monster days, which we appreciate you through and through. They got to be mad at us now. 20 minutes, no Red Sox talk whatsoever outside of Truck Day, which again half the people don't seem to like in the first
Truck
place.
Day is very important, to be fair, though.
They're calling it Truck Day, folks.
I'm gonna be out there Friday afternoon. Is that 2 weeks?
You should
from
be
now?
you have to be our Truck Day correspondent.
Oh, what time is
Yeah,
it?
there.
Maybe I'll
We should-
I might
we
have
should do it,
class,
Dave.
Yeah,
but-
what day is it? Is it the February
It's a
3rd?
Friday. Yeah, they said it's a Friday, right?
Yeah,
4th?
you should set up a table, do a live stream. It's Pot on Lansdowne, live at the seam.
Live from Truck Day.
Boots on the ground. This is how we grow the brand, fellas.
Oh, it's at
True.
noon. I don't know if I could
I'll
make
just
it.
I'll just take lunch.
There you go. Be our
Look
live
out your fucking
correspondent.
window. What do you mean?
Man on the street.
No, they're on the other side. The truck will leave on the
Oh,
other side.
okay. Even with MGM Music Hall over there now?
I think so. Because like the players and stuff still
Oh, I guess, yeah.
park on.
Yeah, I'll be in
what's it,
class.
Ipswich
That
or
sucks.
Van Ness.
Liam, will you be able to have a camera person? Like, do man on the street.
Oh, just me. I'll do it myself.
Just
There you
get a
go.
tripod.
I'll get a tripod and everything.
Yeah.
Charge it to SB Nation.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they're doing
They'll
real
pay-
well right now.
They'll
I
pay.
don't think they can afford that.
They'll pay for that. Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
Just expense it. That's all.
Yeah.
Anyways.
It's a write-off.
Anyways. Matt Barnes is gone. R.I.P. Matt
Gone.
Barnes. He didn't actually
Yeah.
die. He just got designated for assignment.
Dead to
by-
me, though.
Oh, he's not dead to me.
No, I'm
gonna miss him.
Show some respect. Show some respect on the
can't.
all-time bag fetchers. The name of the all-time bag fetcher.
Is he
Put
the
some respect on
all-time
that.
Red Sox? But I would argue
No.
Rusney Castillo is the all-time Red Sox bag
Oh.
securer.
Yeah.
Even Sandoval. I mean, that's a bag.
I'm trying to think. I mean, if you compare it by like
All first.
how much they got paid just to play. So I mean, Castillo only played. He didn't even play 100 games with the Red Sox.
And he
Right.
probably
Got
got paid what, like
75 million?
it
Something
was
like that?
75.
Yeah, it was like a 7-year contract.
I was
Yeah.
gonna guess like 50 tops.
No, yeah.
Oh, it was
75. No. Matt Barnes. All due
70
respect for your bag.
72
king,
and a
but
half.
Rusney, dude. Yeah, that's incredible.
The pride of Pawtucket.
And like,
He's
Rusney-
actually not really a bag secure because he did have to rot in Pawtucket for 7 years. So
God bless him, though. He
I think
never
he liked
complained.
it.
No,
I think
no,
he
no,
liked-
I-
He liked being the Prince of
He
Pawtucket.
loved Pawtucket.
have you
Still
guys
had a
been?
place in the
Did you guys
city.
ever go to McCoy?
Of course I
Oh, I
did.
wish.
Not a pretty place.
Yeah.
It's old, right?
Pawtucket really actually should not be a city. It should really just be part of Providence, but that's neither here nor there.
That was like an all-time like end of the year field trip for us. You know what I mean? No, we can't.
Go to McCoy.
It's a Friday. We can't go to Fenway for a game. We could bring it to McCoy though. We could do that. So yeah. I've been to McCoy many a times.
The only cool thing about McCoy was the
a lot of-
buckets when they would hang.
Oh yeah, the autographs,
autographs.
yeah,
Yeah, that was cool.
that's cool.
the lawn seating.
I mean, everywhere has that now.
I liked it. That was like my first experience with that.
Alright.
What do
It's
they
not
got
unique,
at
is my
what do they got at Polar Park? They call it like the berm.
Yeah, the berm. I sat on the berm
Berm.
last year when I saw a sale pitch.
Nice.
Oh, not a unique ballpark feature there, Jake. Okay, I'll have Buckaroo.
They do
Polar
have
Park
the
is
Wicker
awesome,
Wall
though.
though.
The Woo Wall. That's right. That's
It's
a great
kind
little
of,
park, man.
guys. This year we have to do what it takes for the three of us to get a picture with Smiley, right?
We
Like,
have
how do
to.
we-
Which means
how
going
do
to a
we-
Woo Sox game.
Yeah, like how do we not have that yet? That's
Unless
feel
it's
like
like
He's gotta show
Worcester
up
Day at Fenway.
at one point.
Yeah, right.
exactly.
Like because they have like Maine Day, they have Vermont Day, stuff like that. Do they do a
Worcester
Connecticut
Day?
Day?
I doubt it. Nobody does Connecticut Day.
They should. Well, Connecticut, it wants to be so cute. It wants to be part of like New York, but then it also wants to be part of New England. Like in for a penny, in for a pound, guys. Pick one.
Literally, just the little notch of Connecticut wants to be part of New York.
From what I've heard from Connecticut itself, Connecticut's been speaking to me. I've been boots on the ground there in Connecticut. I've been doing the man on the street stuff that Liam needs to be doing for Truck Day. And people in Connecticut, you're hearing it more and more that they don't like New England. They want to be out of there. I'm just asking the questions here, folks. Matt
What's
Barnes.
going on over there, Smiley?
Yeah, right. Yeah. So anyways, this episode's already off the rails. Matt Barnes, gone, DFA'd. Let's start with you, Liam. What, Jake?
I'm muting myself.
Hurricane Jake over there is fumbling his mic all over the place. He's not going to be. He's trying to do a football movie. He's not securing the process of the microphone. But Matty Barnes is gone. Liam, what do you got on it?
I for one am shocked. I'm speechless. Just because he had a really good second half and looked like first half.
Do you have the numbers on that? Do you have the numbers on that?
I do. I looked at him last night.
Documents.
What's now?
Everyone's saying he had a really good second half. I thought he had a fine second half.
It was only like 22 innings. Let's be honest. But
yeah, I don't.
It was promising, especially after what we saw like at the end of 21. Second half. So 24 games, he threw 22 and 2/3 innings. His ERA was 1.6 compared to 7.9 in the first half.
And again, smaller sample size, but still pretty good, especially damn near 8 beforehand.
Strikeout per 9, almost 8.
The velo was back up, right?
Like
he started to get the velo back up a bit.
Liam, hit me with the walks.
Oh God, I know baseball
The
references.
BB9. You got the BB9.
How about the BB8?
Nice.
I do not, but he had 20 strikeouts and 9 walks in the second half. So
that's a lot of walks.
it's better than his what was it in the first half? 14 strikeouts to 12 walks. So
it is better than that. I don't know. I couldn't get too worked up about it. I have to be honest.
A lot of people were worked up.
People were very worked up.
People were mad.
I think it's more so because of the Brazier narrative.
How does he keep surviving?
I'll speak to that.
If Brazier
They're
weren't there, I
both-
don't think people would be that.
They're both bad, but they're paying Barnes.
Until Barnes isn't.
Barnes
Barnes has been okay.
No.
I don't know.
Unless
I
they
think-
think his
I think-
arm is toast.
It's like Barnes has no value though in a trade or anything because of the contract. Brazier could maybe get you something because he is still a bargain, whatever. But like a bad guy that gets paid a chunk of change is worse than a bad guy that does not.
Was this the last year of his extension?
Yeah.
It was just a 2-year extension beyond 21.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. If it's just 1 year, and I understand it was probably like $8 million.
Yeah, I think it's
If the team was already going to be below the luxury tax threshold, which they still are, as far as I know, unless something drastically has changed.
they have like $9 million, I think.
Even with Mondesi coming on, even with Mondesi coming on, they're still going to be well underneath it. I don't know. If you were just going to be like that anyways, I guess I would take the hypothetical upside of a Barnes over the zero upside of a Ryan Brazier or like Caleb Bourne. Is he still on the 40-man?
Yep.
I think so. Like him, Zach Kelly.
Right?
Wyatt Mills.
Yeah, if you're not talking about a clear black and white distinction between, doing something that would jeopardize going over the threshold for 2023 and not, if you're still going to be underneath it one way or the other, take somewhat of at least some upside that you can squint your eyes and see. You can't see that with Ryan Brazier. You can't. I'm sorry.
Not according to Heim.
He's got to have damaging.
He's
got to have embarrassing pictures of John Henry at the Christmas party. He has to, like Patrick on SpongeBob in that episode.
How much team control does Ryan Brazier have?
I just saw
clearly all of it. He controls the team so much, Jake.
Nice. That was good.
He's
a free agent at the end of this year as well.
But again, one of them has been at least a roller coaster up and down. That's been the story of Barnes. But at least some ups. And Brazier had some ups too. I don't want to sell that short. I loved Brazier when he was doing very well. The big Brazier brand, never forget. That's why I've been so hurt by Brazier. I was his staunchest defender, and then he comes and bites me in the ass. It's like a magnified version of Familia. No, not
Listen,
Familia.
he sucked last year.
Hanzo, but not Familia. Hanzo.
He sucked last year, but he was serviceable in 19 and 20, and he only pitched 13 games in 21. But he was good then too. I don't know. I don't know.
Just when he implodes, he implodes.
Yeah,
it's so bad.
People always have that inning in Pittsburgh, though.
Well, oh yeah, I mean, he looked like Bob
special.
Gibson, right?
He was special.
He was fantastic.
He was just painting. That was great.
As for Barnes, I don't know. I feel like Barnes over the years, and again, he had some good moments. He had some bad ones. I always felt like I was more of a Barnes defender than the average Bear. I appreciate what he did on this. I mean, he had some fantastic stretches out of the bullpen. I always thought that Barnes made more sense as sort of like a seventh inning guy, like a bridge guy to get you to your high leverage arm out of the bullpen. I didn't think he was, outside of that first half of 2021, for the most part, I don't think he was a guy who could be the high leverage arm out of the bullpen. But I don't know. At the end of the day, I look back on Matt Barnes' tenure in Boston semi-fondly. Again, there's some real pain-in-the-ass moments in there, like that home run he gave up to Ohtani in 21.
Yeah.
My God, that was him, right? That was. I don't think that ball has landed in right field. And again, there have been plenty of moments like that. And by the way, he had an all-time fuck scream whenever he gave up a moonshot. He would know it right away, and he would always go, fuck! It was so always pretty good. But I don't know. I have a little bit of a soft spot in my heart for Matt Barnes, and yeah.
I agree. I agree there.
UConn's finest.
Yeah, I mean, for a first-round draft pick, like
You could do much worse.
yeah, he could do way worse.
You
than
could trade
Barnes.
And the Red Sox have, and they certainly have.
They certainly have. I mean, who among us hasn't?
Yeah, the Trey Balls among
But,
us.
but no, I definitely have a soft spot for Barnes, for sure. Gonna miss him. Because you can always count on him for at least like 60 innings.
I have a... It's not a... I don't know. I'm in the middle, I think.
A tepid take?
Yeah, I just think after everything, I'm not sure there was ever, aside from that Linsanity run in early 21, I'm not sure there was ever a time in his tenure where he would come into a game and I'd feel like, all right,
Like, oh shit, here comes Matt Barnes.
like shit's locked down. I don't think I ever really felt that with him.
But on the other side of the coin, for again, there are some patches here or there where he would blow up. But if he was coming in like the 6th or 7th inning, I was never like, oh my god, like impending doom. I never really felt that with him because again, I always thought he was like a solid mid-relief guy.
That's not the line that I draw as like, oh, this player's good if I don't feel impending doom when they come in. I just think, I don't know. Something I found with a lot of relievers is like if their curveball is breaking ball, whatever, if that's their out pitch, that is often scary to me. I just feel like those are the relievers where like it goes south really quick if they don't, because if they don't have it, they have. I mean, we saw it with Barnes. If he loses that curveball in any appearance, he gets fucking smoked. Like there was never. And I also read that,
especially if the fastball's on snappy.
Yeah, maybe the Sox thinking post sticky stuff. He's not it.
He could have been a sticky merchant.
Yeah, that's I was reading that. So I don't know. I'm trying to think like of the last. When did he come up? Like 15, I think.
2014.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Since then, I mean, he's probably what? I don't know, 4th. But like I look more fondly upon Joe Kelly than Matt Barnes, I think.
The Joe Kelly Fight Club kid.
I don't know. I mean, it's
so fucking good in that 18 run, dude. It was crazy.
Walking off the mound.
Relievers are so weird.
It's so fickle. It's very fickle.
So up and down.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'd say for Matt Barnes.
Yeah. We appreciate you, King, at the end of the day. Got a ring, you know.
He was never the guy, but he was a guy.
He was a guy.
Ooh, wow.
Of all the pitchers who have pitched for the Red Sox over the years,
he was one of
them. Cannot deny he was one of them. Simply a fact. But no, happy trails to one Matt Barnes. Again, remember when times were good. Yeah, salute to him. Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise.
a salute hello to Adalberto Mondesi.
Nailed it.
Did I nail it?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Adalberto.
Adalberto Mondesi.
Adalberto. Can you guys
Fantasy
roll your R's? Can you guys roll your R's?
Adalberto. I used to be able to like
up.
that.
Hand up. I didn't. When the notification hit my phone, I was confused because I forgot he existed, and I was like, "Isn't Raul Mondesi like 50?" Like I was like,
He's got to be older than 50.
like, no, he's
Raul
51.
Mondesi?
He's 51.
He's only 51. Wow.
yeah.
God.
I was just really confused, and then I was like, "Oh, that's right." But for a moment there, I had no idea what was going on. I thought Heim had really lost it.
Mondesi is over the last couple of years, he's been a fantasy baseball darling. You ask anyone like in the know, like, oh no, like Mondesi, like that's your guy that you want to take at some point. He's going to get so many steals. If he could just get on base at a fair enough of a clip, he's going to be a stud. Here's the thing, and Liam pointed this out. Two things with Mondesi. One, despite his toolsiness, despite his speed, guy just cannot stay on the field for one way or the other. His fault or not his fault, whether it's a steroid thing, getting bopped for that, PEDs, that's more on him. But then injuries, you can't blame a guy for that. That's one thing with Mondesi. The other thing, Jesus, the guy does not get on base whatsoever. Strikes out a ton for a guy of his profile. But I don't think it's a bad idea in a vacuum to try to get a Mondesi to fill out the bench. Switch hitter. Lefty off the bench that can platoon at some point. I mean, we said the last couple of weeks that it is way too righty heavy in the infield, and if you kick Kike down to shortstop now with Duvall coming in, it's still the same issue, still a ton of righties on the bench. At least it gives you something from the left-handed side on occasion, and he's also your speed guy probably going forward if he's healthy. That's another thing. I don't know if he's going to be healthy for opening day after his knee issue, I believe it was. I think he had a torn ACL or one of those ligaments there. So... I mean, giving up Josh Taylor, I don't know how you guys feel about that.
I feel great.
To me, that it didn't register just because we haven't seen him in.
Well, he might be
18 months.
We don't even
Yeah,
know. I
he
mean,
could be.
that's fine.
He was on like the 60-day IL all year.
Yeah, that's cool with me. They said his stuff wasn't so sexy when he pitched in Worcester either. So,
well, do you go and get another lefty now to plug that into
Fits.
Andrew Chafin, come on down.
Is he still a free agent?
You think we can get him for under 9?
I think so. Under $9 million for a reliever like that. It's almost February, and yeah, I would.
Is Michael Wacha ever going to sign anywhere?
Yeah, on another.
That's another guy just hanging around.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Any other thoughts on Mondesi? Newest pal.
My initial reaction was the same as yours, Fitz. I was like, all right, he's a.
Yeah, sorry to bring up like 4 points all in one.
No. You were like. Because I was like, I look at him. He's a left-handed middle infielder, which the bench needed.
I believe as a switch hitter technically, but still.
Yeah, well, the point was more highlighting that he hits lefty. But then I saw Stats put up some numbers on Twitter. Maybe it was yesterday or the day it dropped, and he's apparently far better as a right-handed hitter.
Yeah,
and was like, why don't
back to square one?
So I was like,
the Victorino.
There goes my idea. There goes that dream.
The old reverse. Well, I guess that's.
I do like the speed though.
Switch, but yeah, I mean, especially now and again. I mentioned this. I don't know if
he's got a glove too. He's got a glove.
I mean, they all have gloves if they're on the field.
All right, Fitz, eat shit.
to me, he sort of feels like he's the infield version of Billy Hamilton. He's got the speed's insane, but
I think
Billy,
that's giving Billy Hamilton a little credit. I think he hits better than Billy Hamilton.
Career 244 hitter.
I don't know enough about Billy Hamilton or
career 82 OPS plus for Mondesi.
Okay, here I got Billy.
Great.
I got Billy right. Billy's career OPS plus was 67. So there you go.
Just get bumped up to 2, man. Wow. Make it 69. The last time this hurts to watch, and again, this is going to be probably frustrating for people to see here. The last time Mondesi's on base percentage for a season. Now, granted, this was only in 75 games in 2018. That was the last time it was over 300. 291, 294, 271, 204, 19, 20, 21, 22, respectively. To be fair, 21 and 22 are truncated seasons, very small sample sizes due to injuries,
Good word,
suspensions, things like that. Truncated, very nice word.
Yeah, that's a good
2020 was a full season, but again, that was only 59 games. It was a shortened COVID year. I don't know if you heard there was a bug. 102 games in 2019, still a good amount of games missed. So, but even then, like beforehand, like 306 isn't anything to write home about in terms of on base, and he wasn't getting on base before that either. You know, he's not slugging a ton. It's a bench bat for speed. Could be a defensive replacement, I suppose. Gonna probably strike out way too much. Not gonna draw many walks. He's drawn 60 walks in his entire career. 358 games. Over 7 years.
I mean, they didn't get him for his bat. You know?
Of course they didn't.
It's fine.
It's
fine.
If you're unfamiliar with this game, because again, he hasn't played like that much at all, that's who we're getting, you know?
To me, I think he's going to love Worcester.
Oh, really? That's where you're at with it?
The Wizard of Worcester.
I think he'll be like one of the shuttle guys, where it's like he's up and down.
Not to start the year. They don't have. I mean, that depends on the story, I guess.
I mean, I just look at it this way: like, based on the bat, I'd rather have like Valdez filling in the middle infield and getting those at bats instead of Mondesi, if that's how it shakes out. But not to pit, two kings against one another. But but I liked what I saw from Valdez last summer. So
yeah, if you think he needs to like,
apparently his defense sucks.
Valdez,
but the bat looks like it's going to play. Fingers crossed.
If you think he needs like until Memorial Day to have some more seasoning, whether it's on the defensive end or just see another 150 plate appearances,
right?
He does bat lefty, which is nice. So
if we combined the two, they'd be the perfect player for the bench. Let me put it that way.
The speed of Mondesi and the everything else of Valdez.
Exactly.
I'm assembling a team. I will say, this is going to be, and I'm not the first person to bring this point up about the 2023 Red Sox, and I probably won't be the last either. Good, bad, indifferent in the middle. This team's going to be interesting to watch. This team's going to be, dare I say, fun to watch. It's going to be, it's such a weird little experiment going on. I mean, say what you want about what Chaim Bloom's done this offseason, whether you like the moves or not. I would say most people are more on the not a fan of the moves side of that debate. But there have been a lot of moves, a lot of guys coming out and a ton of guys coming in. It's going to be an interesting little test going on here.
So I was thinking about this, and I think in a perfect world where there's no fan base, Chaim, I imagine he would have probably just liked to tank this year. In the sense that like the roster after Xander left and before the rest of the free agents came in was like it was pretty bad, and all those big prospects, like even the guys that are up now, they're not going to hit their prime for another year, 2 years, 3 years, and it's like this is a bridge year. It is. We don't have to act like it's not. But might
as well make it fun.
Yeah, he's basically like, all right, well, let's just let's gun for a 2013 here. How about that?
Steering to the skid, baby.
Yeah, I'm kind of all in on pushing that narrative. Like, let's do it again 10 years later.
Yeah, just a bunch of like 35-year-olds.
Like all these 2-3 year deals.
Yeah.
Like, the great news is if it doesn't work, these guys aren't here for long. The good news is if it does work, then we're cooking.
Yeah.
24 and 25 will be dog shit, but you know what? We'll always remember 23.
That's right.
Who's on a 1-year deal? Just Duvall, right? I think most of the roster is the same going into next year.
Yeah, like 2 years.
A lot of the roster going into 14 was the same too.
And that team sucked ass.
Yeah, that team was dog shit.
That offense was miserable.
Atrocious.
No Ellsbury. That shit hurt. That shit hurted.
So 14
but
and 15.
We did gain Grady Sizemore.
And then to do the 10-year anniversary of 2016, who's the Cy Young Award-winning ace that we're going to sign in 2026? That it's going to piss people off at first.
It's a trade.
Oh, so we're
David Price?
No,
David Price was
Porcello.
I'm talking about David Price, dude.
Oh, I thought. Well, Porcello won the Cy Young in 2016.
Yeah, that's what I was
I'm saying like
thinking.
former Cy Young Award winner.
All right.
Oh,
Okay, so
we're
there
gonna
you go.
sign?
Who are we going to trade for? Who's going to win the 26 Cy Young?
Yeah,
And
okay,
then who
there
are
you
going to
go.
sign who won the 23? Who's going to win the Cy Young Award this season in the American League?
In the American League, well, that's Garrett
What's
Whitlock.
Pri-
of
what's
course.
Price?
You know who it is? I got it. This is actually a perfect comparison because it's the same team. 2026, the Red Sox signed Shane McClanahan. Right?
Ooh.
Yeah, Shane, you're starting to see the vision here. You signed Shane
see the
McClanahan, okay? But
Hey, how
then
about
you
old friend Jeffrey Springs getting the bag?
Good for 4-year extension.
31 mil.
It could be worth 60 with performance bonuses.
What? That's crazy.
He was great last year. Look, have you seen his ratios?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was insane.
I think he gave up like 2 earned runs the entire year. Where did that come from? Would have been nice to see that.
He wasn't saving that for the Red Sox.
No.
You guys ever think back at it? I promise this relates. You think back of a tweet that only got like 3 likes years ago and been like, that should have fucking banged.
Every day.
I had one when Jeffrey Springs made his debut, and I tweeted something along the lines of like in parentheses Stevie Nicks singing voice, "You can be my," and then it's a screenshot of Jeffrey Springs reference to Silver Springs. No,
Yeah.
maybe that shouldn't have banged.
No.
Considering that I got 2
Hey.
blank stares when I said that one,
Yeah.
maybe it shouldn't have banged.
Yeah, so Fitz, I'll move on quick from that for your sake. So I was just looking at Baseball Reference, whatever. We were talking about somebody, and then I arrived on the 22 Red Sox page just quickly to check. What do you guys think their best record, like games above 500, was at any point last year? This is shocking to me. I forgot that this.
They were. I mean, they were really
I'm
good
gonna
for
say, like,
May,
6.
right? I was going to say 6.
No, they were 42 and 31 on June 26th.
Was that good?
Oh
Yeah.
my god! On June 26th,
Yep, and then it all went south.
and
I
then
wonder-
July,
I
they
believe
lost 20
Story
games.
got hurt like a week after that, and then Sale got hurt the next game or something.
You want-
like,
you
and then
want
it
a
was
good
all, and then
exercise?
they
Yeah, it was
fucking
that series in
tanked.
New York, and then they went to
Story got hurt in
Chicago.
Tampa, and then Sale got hurt in New York. They were back-to-back series. Yeah,
What day was that again, Jake? June what?
26 they peaked.
I'm trying to find the episode we recorded, either right before or right after. June
So
20.
June 26th, and then they lost 2 in a row, won a game, lost 2 in a row, won 2 in a row, lost 4 in a row, won 2 in a row, lost 4 in a row, won one game, lost 5 in a row. So it got bad.
Oh
after that.
Lord!
Yeah.
The description of that episode, that's when we had Ben on the episode. That was June 28th we released an episode. That was International Men of Baseball Slang, which is a great episode.
Oh, I
if
was
you're new
in,
to the
um,
program.
Oh, that's the Wee Willie Keeler episode.
I
The
was
Red
in
Sox
Turks and
are
Caicos.
here's part of the description. I say, hey, we welcome. That is the Wee Willie Killer episode, Liam. Yes. But part of the description says, but first, the Red Sox are on a roll. We, including our international correspondent Jake, dived into the recent sweeps of the Tigers and Guardians, how the team can keep up their hot streak as they enter a challenging stretch of games to wrap up the first half of the season, and more.
If you guys are curious,
I remember
in
they
those
smoked the
final-
Guardians in that series.
In those final 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. In those final 17 games before the All-Star break, they went 5 and 12. So,
Ooh, well, no,
yeah.
I'll do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, when they went to Cleveland and took that Guardians series, I was like, I'm in. The Guardians didn't move me, and
They should have moved you.
they apparently they should have.
Yeah, went south fast last year.
The next episode after that, for around like Memorial Day weekend or
It's
just
over.
after May 31st, the Boston Red Sox had to go 14-5 over the course of 19 games leading up to Memorial Day. Remember that was our thing, 14-5.
yeah.
And they only won 13-6. As a result, a comically large train has ran into Jake and sent him into the stratosphere like he was Wile E. Coyote. Thankfully, Fitz and Liam were able to pick up the slack and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Remember when times were good, man. It was awesome.
I have no expectations this year, so I'm fine.
I didn't have many expectations going into 21, and look how that turned out.
Yeah, exactly. And 22 I did because they had just lost in ALCS, and then they stunk ass. So that it's.
I mean, here's the thing: whatever we thought they're going to be bad, they end up being good, and then when we
Yeah,
they're
I think
gonna
in
be
the
bad.
last decade,
over the last 10 years, yeah.
in the last since 2010, I think the last time the Red Sox were like actually good when they were supposed to be good was 16, 17, 18. That was it.
I mean, they were good in 11. They just weren't good. I mean, they were dog shit at the end, but
Well,
they were good.
to. I mean, they were supposed
like
to
World
be
Series champions. Yeah,
the best team ever.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
Isn't
They
that
didn't
what the
meet
fucking
those.
paper says?
Yeah,
That's what the title,
Yeah.
the cover of the Boston Herald, best team ever.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
if the
fuck off.
Liam, if the Herald said
Like-
so,
And it's like Clay Buchholz on the cover.
the Herald has never lied to me. I'll have you know.
Pedro. Yeah.
What do you guys think about the Hall of Fame?
Yeah,
announcement?
fine. I don't care. Fine.
Congrats, Scott.
I'm sick of the Hall of Fame.
I'm not.
I'm
sick
I
of
don't
it.
care.
I think it's so masturbatory,
It really is, to be
and-
fair.
and also like as far as the Baseball Hall of Fame goes, the standards are too high. Simply, like they're too high. I mean, I think basketball is the other extreme. Like, as long as you have like an okay career in the NBA,
They let anyone into the basketball.
you're probably
Hall of
going
Fame.
into the Hall of Fame. But I think football is a pretty good. I think football
Barometer.
has it right. Yeah, it's like if you were good, if you were real good for a long time, you're in. There's not really, and I think that's how it should be, honestly.
For the most part, I would say in football, it kind of lends itself to being different because, like, top like a quote unquote long peak in football is much different than a long
it's
peak
like
in
4
baseball.
years. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? So it lends itself into a different process. I will say the process of getting people into the Baseball Hall of Fame, that discourse can get exhausting. I don't think the Hall of Fame itself has exhausted me yet, but
It's the talking about it.
it's the talk. There's the discourse about it at some point every year is like, okay, enough. Like for this year, we didn't really get it with the Roland induction, and Roland deserved it as far as I'm concerned. It was more with the Veterans Committee stuff, with the same fucking conversation every year with Bonds and Clemens and Schilling and this, that, the other. At some point, that can be like, all right, enough. Like, let's just get this over with. For the most part, I do think. I mean, outside of not having Bonds and Clemens in there, and I get those are two big omissions. For the most part, I do think voters generally seem to get it right. At some point, whether it takes them a couple of years, I think they do end up getting it right. I think guys who are deserving, again, for the most part, outside of a couple big glaring omissions, who should be in, are in.
I am excited that the steroid era discourse is dead, at least for.
I need a break. I need a little bit of a break
Yeah,
from
I
that.
mean, who? Oh, I guess A-Rod, right? He's on it still.
Yeah, A-Rod
Is
also
he?
tested positive multiple times, didn't he?
Yeah, fool me twice. I guess.
So that's not even. It's the same with Manny. Like, that's not even going to be much of discourse at all. Like, Bonds never technically tested positive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's like part of the argument for people who want
I
Bonds
just-
in the Hall.
The thing that frustrates me a lot is like, and this is why I think football and hockey's pretty similar to football. It's like if you had a good career for a while, a great career, you're in. Usually, there's not really. I think I would just much rather have a couple scrubs that sneak in than don't let in some great guys. Like, I think, does that make sense?
I'm
Like,
a bigger Hall guy for the most part. I like to
I'd
give
rather,
people their
Yeah.
flowers.
people, if some guy who, I'm trying to think of, I mean, it doesn't really happen. It was the one guy, Harold Baines. That was like the biggest deal ever that he got in. But like,
people were-
I'd rather
Yeah.
that than Todd Helton fighting for his fucking life.
Yeah, Todd Helton should be in the Hall. And Todd Helton next year, Helton will be in the Hall.
Yeah,
of Fame.
he'll get in
Helton's
next
gonna
year.
make
But
it
I
in.
just
for
mean,
sure.
I just mean like it's so. It doesn't need to be this way, you know.
Yeah, there's got to be a better way.
There's got to be a better way. There does.
Introducing.
I'm trying to think of like snubs that. I'm trying to think of like 20, like this century snubs.
Didn't Carlos Delgado fall off like first ballot?
I mean, yeah, he.
I don't know if
the
Carlos
steroid era-
Delgado's a Hall of Famer, but if he was only a one ballot guy, that's a monstrosity.
He had like
Bronson
steroid era
Arroyo
really
was one.
tough, too. Like,
K-Rod, I don't know if K-Rod's a Hall of Famer. K-Rod was so good though for like when he was on, man. He was great in the
Like,
2007
I mean,
ALDS.
I know his personality is crazy, but like a guy like Kurt Schilling should be so automatically in what I imagine to be the Hall of Fame for his sport, and that was like a battle, and he didn't get in, but he's also a piece of shit. But
He was like,
Did it to
I don't wanna
himself.
You can't fire me. I quit.
Like
Yeah,
Andrew
right.
Jones. How the
That's basically his
fuck
whole
is
thing.
Andrew Jones not in the Hall of Fame?
Here's the thing about
Doesn't make zero sense.
Andrew Jones's.
Andrew, pardon me.
Is it Andrew? I thought it was Andrew.
No, you're right. I think.
Is it Andrew? Here's the thing about his
Jones.
candidacy that's always baffled me. People are like, oh, he fell off when he was after he turned 30. Well, he came up when he was 19. If he did exactly what he did from ages 25 to 35, he'd be in yesterday. Literally, he would have gotten in yesterday. He would have gotten the call. You know what I mean? If he did it from 27 to 37, he would have gotten in. Adrian Beltre, he clinched his candidacy. He's on the ballot next year. He'll moonwalk to the Hall of Fame. Exactly. If not first, definitely second. He really, the crux of his candidacy comes from his years in Texas, which came in the later half of his career. So Jones does it in the first half of his career from 19 to 30. Still a decade of dominance, like 10 years, Gold Glove, All-Stars. Was he on that 95 championship team for the Braves?
No, his rookie year was the next year. I'm looking at it right now.
Okay. Well, the point is,
That's brutal.
even then,
That
yeah,
is
right?
brutal. Yeah.
I mean, division championship after division championship, part of that dominant run of the Braves in the NL East. He was a great player, all-star player. He did it for a decade. What else do you want? It just because he didn't do it
The
when
dude
he was
won
33.
10 Gold Gloves.
Right, exactly.
10.
He did it when he was 19 to 30, not when he was 25 to 36. That's still a Hall of Fame resume. Oh, he didn't do it when he was older. He did it when we were like in high school, like at the time that you were taking like AP English or something like that. He was socking dingers and being an amazing fielder. You know what I mean? It's that's never made any sense to me. That criticism of Jones's candidacy.
Yeah, I mean, I keep saying it, but as a whole, I just think there should be more guys that get it. I don't know if that'll. I actually think that will have to happen kind of soon. Like, I think I mean, I'm trying to think of a good, like, cutoff, but the last, like, 8-9 years, I don't really know. I mean, it's like Trout and, like, who are, like, the transcendent players of the 2010s?
Are you saying like 2010s, like call it like who would get in the first ballot?
Yeah, I just think there's less than their.
Trout,
Yeah.
Harper will be first ballot.
Yep.
Harper
Kershaw.
retires right now. He's first ballot. Scherzer,
Kershaw.
DeGrom. I think DeGrom would be first ballot. I don't think he would get like 95%, but he would clear somebody. How good he was.
Mine's the longevity thing. But
I think
hey,
so.
Sandy Koufax got in.
I mean, let's see how he
Yeah.
does in Texas, but I mean, what's his career WAR?
His
rate?
rates.
It's 43.
crazy
right now.
enough
That's,
in-
I mean, that's
What's the benchmark? It's usually like 50, right? 50 WAR gets you in, or at least should.
I mean, are you saying people that?
More often than not.
On a rate basis, like over like the last 5
I don't know.
or 6
I think
years,
he's
been
got
the
to be.
best
He's
pitcher
got to
in
be
baseball.
at least all right.
Again,
in
I
Texas.
don't think he's going to get like 95% of the vote. I think he would clear 75 on the first ballot, though. I think by the time he retires, there's enough like new age thinking going on in there. I think
Is that it though?
Did I say Scherzer? Did I say Verlander?
Yeah. Mookie?
Mookie would be. I think so.
I don't think he's first ballot.
I think he would.
No, because
he's been
I think
so good
I
since
think
16.
he's like he's probably.
MVP.
I know, but
Arenado gets in.
Arenado, without question, first ballot with his defense. If Scott Rowland just got in on like the 6th, Arenado, you got to think Arenado's going to get like at least 2 or 3 more Gold Gloves, and he's still hitting pretty well. He was an MVP finalist this past year. I think he gets in first ballot.
you think like
I'm
Freddie
kinda warm
Freeman's
at-
a Hall of Famer?
Freddie Freeman is a Hall of
Yeah.
Famer. I don't know if he's first ballot.
Joey Votto for me is first ballot.
Votto's first ballot. Freeman has been so consistently good for like a decade at this point. I think that's again, he may be
there
like
every
third or
day.
fourth. I mean, Shohei, if he keeps this up, Shohei will easily be first ballot.
I'm kind of
Just
warming
going
up
around.
to K-Rod's Hall of Fame case here.
He was really good. Well, but first things first for the closers, Billy Wagner has to be in. Billy Wagner should
Right.
have already been a Hall of Famer even before this year. Billy Wagner should absolutely get it this next year. He got a huge jump. I think he got like 15 percentage points or something like that in this vote. He should be a Hall of Famer. I'm just going around the league. I mean, Pujols will be first ballot Hall of Famer, but he was more like 2000s. His impact, just he retired this past year. That's why he was fresh in the mind. Just going around, like just trying to think 2010s team to jump.
I think
into
I
the
gave
team.
hockey. I was a little. It is a little harder to get into the Hockey Hall of Fame than I said it was. It's certainly easier than baseball, but there's a higher threshold there than I was giving them credit for.
Any big snubs for hockey?
Like historically,
I don't know. Yeah, well, right now.
let's see. I mean, who? Yeah, let's see. Like, you
Skates
think
online
Jim
side.
Rice should be a Hall of Famer?
I think so. Yes.
What was the question?
Yeah, I
He
think
is,
so.
Rice?
I think so too.
Yeah. I mean, Dewey should be in the Hall of Fame too. I think.
And his numbers should be retired,
I
but-
don't know.
Yeah, 24 should be retired. Him and like
Hockey,
Manny
it's
combined,
mostly
you know.
longevity that screws guys. There's really no. I don't think there's anybody.
I don't think penalizing a guy for not being as good in like his 40s is good for like people would knock Joe Mauer for the end of his career with the injuries and he wasn't as good. He went over to first base instead of catching. But in his prime, Joe Mauer, I mean, you're talking about again an MVP, just consistently great catcher for
Who's the last
upwards of
catcher
a
to get
decade.
in? Catching's tough.
Probably Pudge, right? Pudge 2.0.
Yeah,
I mean, gee, what year was that?
Probably 2015, if I had to guess.
Yeah, probably somewhere around there.
But I think Maurer will get in. I think Posey will get
you?
in. Yes, absolutely. He was one.
I think
I'm
Yeah,
not
the-
certain Maurer will get in.
He
I
was
think
one of,
Posey
if
will
not
get
the
in.
best catcher for a decade. Joe Mauer will get in. You hit like 330 like for a decade. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Maurer will get in.
04 through 2013. OPS plus 135. OBP
Yeah, as a catcher.
405.
That 09 year is grotesque.
Yeah.
How did he do that?
It's crazy.
365?
They were like, I remember seeing a Sports Illustrated
What the
cover with
fuck?
him, and they were like, he's chasing 400.
How did that
Yeah,
team
he-
only win?
he was
Oh
insane.
my god, that team was terrible outside of him.
And then they had to play the Yankees. So,
Denard
was-
Span, second on that team with 3.8 WAR.
oh my god,
Maurer
Posey-
had a. How did Maurer only have 7.8 WAR as a catcher, hitting 365?
Not a ton of power, I would imagine.
oh, he hit
hit
28.
28
That's the
home
most
runs.
he
That's-
hit.
He
in
had
the season.
28.
Yeah,
I know
don't believe-
consistently wasn't
I don't
hitting for a
believe
ton
in
of
WAR
power,
anymore.
but wow.
I don't believe in WAR anymore.
It's made up.
That was it for me. His OPS was 1,031, and he caught. I'll tell you how many games he caught. 09, he caught 109 games.
I don't know. Maybe does War like?
It's positional, isn't it?
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
doesn't it
how
like?
how the fuck is it only 7.8 for that year?
I'm thinking like maybe base running. He's never a
It's been-
fast guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
been some really good catchers.
All-star, MVP, Gold Glove, Silver Slugger. That's a year right there.
Posey will get in.
Yes, absolutely.
I mean,
Yeah.
he was the face of
a dynasty.
Exactly. He'll
Reese
easily get
McGuire.
in. Yep. Connor Wong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kevin Plawecki.
You guys remember when AJ Przinsky was our catcher for 1 year?
Oh God.
Yeah.
I think that was. I think that was 20. Was that 14 or 15?
14, yeah.
was
Hot take,
14.
I actually think he's okay on the broadcast on Fox.
To me, he doesn't stand out. He's nothing.
He's
great
better
on
than
the
Smoltz.
I mean,
Smoltz.
I'm better than
a
Smoltz.
baked potato would have been better than Smoltz. That guy. That guy
Hey,
doesn't
here's a
enjoy
question,
anything.
Here's a question.
He hates baseball.
He hates it.
Who do you guys think wins the NL West this year?
I'm going to be boring and say the Dodgers.
I think the Padres are going to do it.
I think that's going to be the darling pick. I think they'll be
but
a really
but
good
I
wild
don't even
card team.
think- The Dodgers lineup sucks. They have
It
their
really
top
does.
three,
It
and
really
then
falls
It
off.
falls off a cliff.
Let's see what's roster resource got for them right now.
Like it's.
They got Vargas coming up. I think.
Oh no, I
consistently.
100% agree. It's
Like,
like,
that
Mookie-
lineup is really, really bad.
They should be playing that kid Miguel Vargas consistently. That guy's going to be very, very good.
It's kind of crazy that the Dodgers let Seager and Turner walk back-to-back years, and we're just like, all right,
Miguel Rojas, come on down.
yeah, fucking Gavin Lux is good, but not like
he's fine.
yeah.
I don't know if he's ever going to turn into that stud prospect that they had
That
him.
they thought they.
So roster resource right now 1 through 9: Mook, Freddie Freeman, Will Smith's still really good.
Yeah, no, that's
Mun-
the three. That's great.
Muncie's going to bounce back. Muncie had a great second half of
I
the
don't
year.
know, man. The arms are scary.
He was fine in the second half of the year. Like the last 6 or so games, he was back to being Max Muncie. I think that would be healed after a whole offseason. JD, Gavin Lunk's fine. Trace Thompson in center.
Awful.
Chris Taylor.
God, Trace Thompson.
James
Chris Taylor
Outman.
sucked last year, didn't he? I think.
He's not great.
Yeah.
And then your bench is
ugly.
Barnes, Miguel Rojas, Miguel Vargas. They should be playing Miguel Vargas more consistently.
When did Bueller get hurt last year?
Huh, maybe. You know what? I may. Bueller got like pretty like early on, like I think it was like May or June or so.
So he'll
like
be back like mid-season.
If that. I don't know. Maybe
I don't
it
know.
was,
Tommy John's pretty. That takes a year. It's like pretty. I feel like they're like pitching in the majors is almost always like exactly a year.
Full calendar, yeah.
Yeah.
Walker Bueller. Oh, August. He got it August 23rd. That's when he got surgery. So my mistake. I thought it was. I
don't know, man. That they might be in trouble. I don't know.
Now that I look at it, I might change it to the dads.
Yeah.
I might
don't
be a
know.
coward and
That,
switch. I think you may have convinced me.
I don't know.
I think he did.
They just. I feel like they just were. I don't really get it, but it feels like they won their ring, and then they got Freeman last year, and then they were kind of like, okay, they just like stopped.
Like why didn't they go after Judge?
Or maybe
You know
any
what they're
kind of
doing.
effort to
You know what they're
retain
doing.
Turner.
You know what they're doing. They're lining up for an Otani bid. Absolutely.
Yeah, they are.
That's
makes
100%
sense.
what they're doing.
I mean, hey, if they pull that off, then fuck me, I guess. But I just,
Liam,
I don't know. I mean, Urias is gonna walk probably too. I bet.
he's a good pitcher. Liam's gonna
What's
snort
their
a line.
rotation fits? Can you just rattle that off? Real quick?
I was gonna just say
Dodgers
while I looked
rotation?
that up. Yeah.
Dustin May, Kershaw.
Dustin May's really good.
Who's
Is
the
he
cat
is he
guy
fully
that
healthy
was really
again?
good?
Dustin May?
Gonsolin.
Believe so. Yes. Yeah, he came back late last year, if I recall correctly.
mean,
Kershaw,
that-
Urias, Gonsolin, who I don't know if he's going to be as good as he was last year, but he's still a pretty good pitcher. Syndergaard, fine
No,
for
I
the
forgot
back
that
half
He
of the
does not
rotation.
move me. He does not move me.
He had his moments last year, here and there.
Yeah, he had, okay, sure. I mean,
I'm just saying. And then Dustin May at 5. I don't think May would be the 5th starter there. I think they.
I don't think he would either.
May up. But that's still a pretty good
how
rotation. all
old is
things
Kershaw?
considered. Kershaw, I'm going to guess he's 35. I'm going to guess.
Oh, really? I thought he was older.
Liam's going to snort a line of coke and be like, I think the Rockies are going to win it. He's 34. Kershaw's 34.
He's only
Only
34.
34?
I was going to say like 37.
He turns 35 March 19th. So by
Okay,
opening
so
day,
he's
he'll be
35.
35.
I don't know why. I thought he was way older than that.
He came up when he was like 19.
was
He
super
came
young,
up
yeah.
really young.
God.
That arm's got some miles on it.
Yeah. I mean, hey, look.
God,
at
when he was on, he
Scherzer
was
and
so
Verlander,
good.
though.
Ugh.
You never. What's like Kershaw's? God, he was terrific last year. Only
Was he?
pitched under 26 innings though. So.
I like how this episode like kind of devolved into just a baseball reference variety hour.
Yeah. Do we do?
That's how the offseason works sometimes,
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know, man. That team.
Oh, wow,
It
it
could
was
get,
really
it could
good
get
last
spooky
year.
for the Dodgers if that rotation goes south at all. I guess
I agree
is
with
what I'm
that.
saying.
I think their lineup's gonna be a lot like ours, where it's like 3-4 runs.
Here's a scorching hot take. I think ours is better.
I don't know, but I don't know
think
if I
we
go
have
that
more.
far.
I think we have more upside.
Then the lineup with an MVP award winner in there and a Freddie Freeman, like I don't think we have more upside. I do not. I disagree.
I think. Well, I guess it depends on if Yoshi's real or not. It actually all
I
depends.
don't know. I think even if Yoshi is real, I still don't
No, I
think
think
we
if
have a
Yoshi
better
hits
lineup.
like if Yoshi hits like 285, I think we have a better lineup.
Yoshi's the key
so.
to all of
He's
it.
the key. We
Yoshi's the key to all of it. If we get Yoshi going,
Who's our?
I was gonna say speaking.
Oh,
of
I'm all
movies,
in on Alex Verdugo this year, by the way.
Same.
AKA the
So
fourth
it is
most
the-
tenured Red Sox now.
Yeah, I think he's got the left field silver, or no, I guess he's probably right field now, so I take that back. If it was left, well, no, do they do silver sluggers by? It's just 3
I
outfielders.
think it's just like
don't it?
outfilders. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Okay,
there's
so
still still a
maybe-
guy in the Bronx that might have something
Well,
to
that's
say
what I'm thinking.
about.
That's one, and then maybe I'm gonna ride this take. I'm gonna say Alex Verdugo silver slugger.
If you nailed that,
Yeah,
I mean,
I'll
that's-
put money on it. He was hitting the second half of last year.
He was great from like June 1st on.
Yeah, and what did his
Didn't
brother
forget.
say? He said his ankle was fucked or something, right? In the first 2 months.
Oh, really?
Foot.
I didn't
He said he
know
had a
that.
broken foot. April and May.
you might as well just give me $50 extra for my wedding, man. I can tell you right now, he's not going to be a silver slugger. It's not happening.
Watch him put up like a 40-40 season.
Right?
No,
yeah,
no, no.
completely just dunk on me.
He'll hit
Venom
he's gonna
dunking on
hit-
Spider-Man. Ah!
He's gonna hit 50 doubles this year.
50.
That dude is
Jesus.
made to hit doubles. He's built.
Fuck it.
for it.
If we're gonna go crazy, might as well make it his jersey number. Make it 99.
No. Because hear me out. The first baseman have to play a little more off the bag now when old Alex
You think
is
they can
up.
sneak it by him?
He's. I mean,
Oh, you think he's gonna be a no shift merchant?
He hit 39 last year.
The 50s.
It's a little less crazy when you say it like that. I still think it's crazy, but it's a little less crazy.
I don't know, guys. I'm just saying. I don't know.
I don't know, Jim. Oh.
I don't know, Jim. Listen, for two reasons. I think I need Alex Verdugo to be good, just so that's another position you can like check off as far as I think if he has a good year, they'll extend him personally. Just because it does seem like they're gunning for like this 2025 like super team kind of thing. Like the chips are in on 25.
Juan Soto, you are a Boston Red Sox.
And
Soto,
I think
Ohtani.
no, I don't know. I think he's having a good
Marcelo Meyer.
Gonna have a good year.
Jake, you're the movie guy. What do you think about the Oscar noms?
They're fine. I hated Everything Everywhere All at Once, so that kind of pisses me off. But
You hated it.
I didn't hate it. Let me be clear.
I never.
I hated the discourse surrounding it, and I thought it was. No, you know what? Actually, I did hate it a little bit. It was so Reddit. This shit pissed me off.
You don't want to go full Reddit.
No, you don't, and it did, and it bothered me.
I haven't seen it. I
haven't seen it
am
either.
so far behind on like the Oscar noms. Like I haven't seen Banshees yet. I haven't seen.
Banshees is good, but I don't see it winning Best Picture.
I haven't seen Fablemans.
No, I think it might, Liam.
I really like all. I
That's
really
your
like All
people,
Quiet on
Liam.
the Western Front.
That's your
Yeah,
people.
I know. That is the peeps.
It was a great book, All Quiet on the Western Front. I haven't seen the movie again.
I don't have
the movie's
his
sweet.
whole end of year thing, but Verdugo hit 302, 345, 420 since in June, July, August.
Damn, that's crazy.
It was-
yeah,
it was the
Elvis
summer
is
of
really the
Doobie.
only movie I've seen.
I didn't like Elvis.
I watched like the first 30 minutes. I couldn't do
Yeah, I
any
didn't
more of
like
it.
Elvis.
It was a lot. I thought Austin Butler was good in
Banshees
it.
was my favorite movie
He's
of the year.
what?
He's white. Yeah.
He's
Oh, so
white.
you only got 30 minutes in, Liam. You didn't get the Here Comes Santa Claus bit.
No.
Santa Claus? No, it's Santee.
There's a part of the movie where Colonel Tom Wilson?
No.
What?
What's
Tom Wilson. No, it's
Washington Capitol? Tom Wilson?
what's his name? Elvis's boss.
Hold on. It's
Tom Hanks'
Colonel-
character?
Yeah, Colonel
Tom Parker.
Tom Parker. Okay, I wasn't so far off. All right.
Tom Wilson is a
A dirty hockey player. Yeah. So Colonel Tom Parker is like banging on the desk that Elvis has to sing "Here Comes Santa Claus." He says it like 8 times. It's way too many times to be saying I need him to sing "Here Comes Santa Claus" specifically. And then he gives that weird, that whatever accent Tom Hanks decided. Because I feel like Tom Hanks changed his accent.
Polish, right?
I think it's supposed to be Polish or something in Europe, like that, like kind of like the Soviet bloc countries. I don't know specifically where Tom Wilson is from, but he changed his accent like every other sentence. I felt.
Austin
Yeah,
Butler,
I thought
on
he
the
was
other
terrible
hand.
in it.
I
didn't
love
think
Tom
it was-
Hanks, but no, that was not a good Tom Hanks performance. I thought
Old-
Austin Butler was good.
Elderly Tom Hanks has gotten very weird.
Yeah, what's that? A Man Called Otto is like his next one coming
He got
out.
COVID. He got COVID and forgot how to act.
Many are saying he's a 90s
Changed him.
Spielberg merchant.
Is
Tom
the,
Hanks, what happened?
is the Fablemans worth watching?
Yeah, I loved it. Got
I
me.
haven't
It
seen
got me.
Tar.
It got
I want
me
to see
here.
Tar.
Tar I've not seen yet.
I gotta see Tar. Lydia Tar.
Lydia Tar. I mean, I've seen enough discourse about it on Twitter that I know.
There's a lot of memes about Lydia Tar.
I saw there was one today where it was like the opening scene from Tenet, but they're trying to
Stop Lydia Tar from going on stage. Yeah. God, you want to talk about a movie that is? I think every time I think about it, I think of it less and like I think less of it. Fucking Tenet, man. Ugh.
I hated it from the moment I saw it, and I don't.
I've never rewatched it.
I don't need to get into it, but I just thought it failed. I thought it failed at being.
At existing. I think I tried to convince myself walking out of the theater that it was okay. I think I tried.
Well, it's like when you make a movie, you set out like it's for, unless it's like a very personal thing, but you set out to make a movie like for audiences, you know? So they should be able to understand the movie like without having to read fucking novels and shit to like it was just
Yeah,
nonsense.
I don't know what ended up happening.
Yeah,
I still
like the
don't- I
third
still don't
act,
understand it.
I legitimately was like, I checked out because I'm not exaggerating, I had zero idea what was being portrayed on screen.
Yeah, really bizarre. But Oppenheimer, though.
I was gonna say Oppenheimer is gonna
All
make
in.
up for it.
All
Yeah,
in on
hopefully.
Oppenheimer.
Fingers crossed.
Well, if Cillian Murphy's in it, then it's
On the old Hat Man.
You a big Killian guy?
I love Cillian Murphy. Yes, very good actor, very handsome man too. Very very handsome. My handsome Irish king.
Sure.
What's gonna win Best Picture, Jake?
I think Banshees.
Think it will.
And I'll fucking kill myself if it's Everything Everywhere All at Once.
I feel like that narrative is being pumped.
It is. I know, and I'm scared.
Real hard.
There hasn't been a
Because what
good
short round
there's
is
been-
really.
Yeah, short round. There's been 2 good Best Picture winners in the last like decade.
Well, let's go through them.
I will, Fitz. And when I mean good, I don't mean like most are good movies, but I mean
You're
like,
talking
Best Picture should be like something transcendent, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
something. Yeah, like it makes like the pantheon of like, wow, that
yes.
was.
Okay. I'll start in 2010. The King's Speech. No.
Or what else was?
Literally
It's a fine movie.
I'll go with
fucking-
you from
the
2010.
fucking Social Network was up that year.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what else was that year?
The Social
Incep-
Network is literally
Inception.
the best movie of.
Inception's there in
Inception
2010.
was
Inception's
2010.
fantastic.
Black Swan, also very good. I mean, it was terrible.
Why did the King's Speech win?
I don't know.
That movie is a fine movie. It's not,
Moving on, 2011 is probably the worst year of the last like 15 years, but The Artist won.
Yeah, shut up, Moneyball.
Which is fine. Yeah, that was a bad year. 2012 Argo, good. I mean, I like Argo, but I don't.
I've never seen it.
No, it doesn't
probably
stick
should.
with anybody.
Silver Linings Playbook in there.
12 Years a
Django.
Slave, good movie. That one deserved it, I think. That was kind of a weak
Wolf of
year,
Wall Street
too.
also there.
14.
Birdman.
won. I fucking hated Birdman.
Whiplash. I mean, I loved Whiplash,
I would have given it to I would have given it to the Grand Budapest Hotel personally,
which I have
thought
not
that was
seen.
a fantastic film. 2015 Spotlight, Oscar bait, but I actually very much like
I
Spotlight.
did like Spotlight.
16 Moonlight, yeah, sure, that one.
No, that was La La Land.
Yeah.
More like La La La.
17 The Shape of Water. Nobody cares about anymore.
But that was Guillermo, though, right?
Yeah, I don't like Guillermo.
And she fucked the fish, folks, didn't she?
I don't know. Get Out or Phantom Thread, probably.
Dunkirk was very good as well.
Yeah, Lady Bird.
Lady Bird's great. I love Lady Bird.
2018, horrific, monstrous year.
Green Book.
Green Book, a fucking Bohemian Rhapsody,
Oh,
Vice, dog shit year. 2019, one of the best years for movies ever. Fucking loaded.
Let's go down
Parasite,
there. I mean, Parasite wins, but I never saw
Ford
Ford
v
v
Ferrari, The Irishman, Jojo Rabbit, Joker, Little Women, Marriage Story, 1917, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
That's a pretty damn good
It's
slate.
loaded. That is a
Loaded.
loaded lineup.
Yeah.
Like any of those are better than like just go.
Yeah, and then the last
King's
2 years we
Speech.
have Nomadland and Coda, who nobody has still ever seen ever.
I
Is
saw
that the sign
Nomadland.
language movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, I still haven't seen it.
I don't. Which
Where
one?
would I even watch that? Was it on Netflix?
I think it was
No, it's on
Apple.
Apple TV Plus.
Oh yeah, no.
Apple TV Plus. This year, I would say I think I would be upset with anything except, or I wouldn't be upset so long as Elvis and Everything Everywhere don't win, because I had like an active dislike for both those movies.
Crazy that Top Gun got nominated.
No, it
who are the
really
fuck?
isn't.
No, I'm saying like when it was first like being shown, it's like, oh, okay, like it's just a Top Gun, like another remake. I'm just saying like now, like obviously people love it. It's not crazy after people had seen it. I'm just saying like looking back to like when it was first like being announced and stuff like that, you kind of like, they're doing another Top Gun, like this is just a cash grab. And buddy, it grabbed cash, but the fact that now it's nominated for Best Picture is
It did grab cash, huh?
I'm looking at it right now. Cost $170 million to make. Raked in nearly at $1.5 billion at the box office.
Oh my
pretty good.
lord!
We'll see you at the movies.
I watched it for the
Yeah,
first
it's-
time when I was home for Christmas. Loved it.
It's great. it is.
I wish I'd seen
absolutely
it in
perfect
theaters.
at what it sets out to be.
We
know?
need more just like
We need more summer blockbusters that
Yep.
aren't cape shit. You know?
yeah. Did you see the quote that Kevin Feige thinks that there are 80 years worth of Marvel stories? To be
Yeah, and
told?
I saw somebody quoted it with the picture of Disco
It's
Stew.
Disco Stew.
where he's pointing at the
Disco
sales.
sales.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's baseball talk.
Yeah.
You ever notice that we record for
parting
about
thoughts?
80 minutes every time usually? Not an
Yeah.
hour and a half, but over an hour. Usually we're good
Yeah.
for about 80 minutes of content.
Yeah.
You
That's
put that
what
on
you're
like
gonna get.
1.5 speed, we'll get you about an hour or so. I think that's how the math works out, I believe.
Yeah.
I don't know. So
Sure.
about.
Yeah.
Not exactly.
Any parting thoughts? I don't know. What do you guys got? You got
Do
anything?
we have anything else?
Any exciting news?
No news with us right now. No news on my end.
No news
Wedding-
is good news, Fitz. That's
No
what they
news
say.
is fantastic news. That's what they always say.
Yep.
No, I think that's it.
Okay. We should hang out soon, guys.
Yeah, I miss you guys.
No, I mean, if Jake had come to Lucky Strike
All right.
a couple weeks ago,
Who's too tired?
neither here nor
Oh,
there.
You guys want to go to the Bean Pot?
When's it being pot?
Ooh, I would do that.
February 6th, I think, is the first game. That's a Sunday. Nope, it's not.
It's a Monday. Yeah, it's usually
Monday.
weekdays, right? I mean, if it's
yeah,
a
I think it is
weekday,
a Monday. Yeah, I don't know.
Eh.
I'm throwing it out there. You can throw it right back if you don't like it.
kick rocks. Absolutely not. No. Last time I went to a college hockey game, you didn't even show up, and UMass lost. It was the worst,
No.
Jake.
Oh, sorry. I went to the real Winter Classic game. That's
I wish I went to the real Winter Classic game. It was so cold there, Liam. It was fucking brick.
Cool.
Was
The
it- I was
the
not-
lines were terrible.
I was
couldn't get a
cold,
beer.
but I was not.
Oh, don't even get me started.
I
with
was
the
not
lines.
miserable at the.
You're right.
It was a nice day.
High up,
It was a
yeah.
nice day.
Yeah, it was. All right, I'm done.
Yeah, that's Spot on Lansdowne.
That's all we got.
Thanks for listening. We love you very much for listening.
And go Sox.
Yeah, go Sox.